Familia, estamos aquí al lado de la gente de Audioscape. Chris, este es el big boss, el mero mero de Audioscape. Chris, I've been trying to come to NAMM, and you are one of the reasons. I was planning my travel here because I'm from Barcelona. So, I don't know, for some reason in Europe, I don't see too much Audioscape here, even though it's an amazing brand. So I'm curious about that. What's happening over there?
That's a great question. We actually have an Audioscape EU team. They're based in Frankfurt, Germany. We are slowly starting to see more Audioscape in Europe, but it's since we're based in the United States, obviously we've grown quicker here. But I would say in the next 2 to 3 years, you're going to start seeing a lot more and more Audioscape in studios everywhere in Europe. Yeah,
we need that.
Every area needs it for sure. We finally, and I think that's because we've gotten to the point where we can build more. We have more people. We have about 40 people working now at our facility building. We have a 20,000 square foot facility. We can finally produce enough for Europe, for the rest of the world. So we're grateful.
Yeah, one of the reasons why I don't have Audioscape here is because every time when I was trying to buy, it was all sold out because the gear is so well done. They sound so good that they just fly away.
Yes.
As you have said, right?
And now we're opening up where, if you're willing to wait a few weeks, you can get basically anything on the website.
And what do we have new? What's the new things coming up for now?
What
did you
wow.
bring? Tell me.
Well, we have a stereo Pultec. So
do you have it here around?
Yeah.
Can we go and have a look?
Yeah, let's go have a look.
Labels.
Yes.
This is all new.
This is all new.
Wow. Okay, let's start here. This looks so sexy.
This is the new stereo Pultec. So it looks like a regular mono Pultec, but it's actually stereo inside. So this control is controlling left and right boost, slow, and all the way down the line. It
feels really nice. The build quality is amazing. It feels rock solid.
Oh yeah.
The tact.
And this is our standard version. You can see we do have a mastering version coming. And what's really cool about the mastering version is the silk screen doesn't change. It's going to be 21 steps, custom steps. So each in between is just going to be like 3 in between, 3.5, 4. So we don't have to change the silk. So it'll still look exactly like a real, like a real Pultec basically.
And the circuitry and all inside is copy from the original.
All the same parts they use: carbon composition resistors, the inductors, the transformers. We destroyed original triad transformers for the input and the interstage. All the tubes are dual stock. That's with Audioscape. That's what we use. We use dual stock tubes all the time. This is our new Deluxe 76 series.
Okay.
What we've done is we haven't gone too far with the options, but we've added 8 sidechain high-pass filter values, a simple blend circuit, a link switch, which our traditional models didn't have, and then we actually have more of an attack time. From basically what's going on with this is from all the way fully clockwise to noon is the traditional 1176 attack times, but from noon back you get slower times, about double the amount basically, so you can let more transients through if you want.
Okay.
So you get that slow attack mod basically, and we call it kind of a secret mod because you can't tell. It looks exactly the same, but that's what's going on with these. So it's you still have the off switch too on the attack, which I think is super, there's something satisfying about turning compression off like that.
I have to say, something that surprised me is with most of the copies you can see around there, when you turn the knobs, something weird happens, and maybe you turn it around and you see it's not well balanced, it's not straight, it's like wobbling a little bit, and this one feels...
Oh yeah, these knobs actually come from an EHC in New York. They make the distressor knobs, and that is an important component. I'm glad you mentioned that, because knobs like some of the cheaper knobs on the big ones, they have a different feel on the top, and if you're cheaping out on something that someone interfaces with every day, like a knob, what's going on the inside? What does that say? What does that data say to anyone? Right?
That's a good point. It's something that you touch, you change every day. Yeah. It needs to be well done. I mean, good.
Yeah. Good. So we've done every rev here, and then of course yesterday we announced this. This is coming later this year. We're actually dropping these 76 Deluxes tomorrow, the first batch.
Okay.
And this is dropping on Wednesday, another batch of these. So we drop them a little bit smaller when they're new, just so we can kind of gain our bearings and get our manufacturing, because everything's boutique hand built, you know? So it's just like everyone's still building stuff like I did when I was in my garage alone, you know?
It started all in your garage.
Yeah.
And now you are?
Yeah, now in a huge facility. So
I respect.
Yeah.
So what we have here?
This is the Deluxe expanded E-Series bus comp.
Okay.
We still are going to sell our G-Series, but this has we've actually brought back the original 202C Gold Can DBX VCAs that were used in the original. We found the original dual transistors, which is super huge. So if you want something to sound like the original, you find the original parts they use. It's not that difficult.
Same thing here. The knobs feels outstanding.
Oh yeah, the side fan knobs are amazing. And we added a lot of features on this. There's, transformers for saturation. There's 6 sidechain high-pass filter values. There's 11 release times, 11 attack times, 6 ratios.
Wow.
There's a stereo width control, which is new, that you've never really seen on this kind of thing. But some people, they don't like stereo width. I think this is the best stereo width circuit. You can put it here, but you can defeat it by just pulling it out, completely out. So, yeah.
Look at that.
You can just pull it out and completely defeat the stereo width function if you want. And then we've added a blend, which is nice. And we've added a link, because many people don't know, but the internal SSL bus comp compressors stereo links internally. So being able to unlink it is nice for like dual mono.
So you can maybe have a bigger stereo image with.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And then we've added this new function called the slam control, which is like a heavy ratio with the makeup gain. The makeup gain still works, but it adds, because it's compressing so hard, you need even more makeup gain, basically. So by hitting this, it automatically compensates.
Then you're able to print a lot of character.
Oh, it's just, like on a drum bus, you can just slam the crap out of it.
And then blend.
Yeah, and then blend it back. So on a traditional bus comp, I don't feel like you need a blend so much, but if you're going to be using the slam feature, then the blend makes sense.
Absolutely.
So that's part of the design.
Chris, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure for me to meet you, because you are one of those guys that if I have to print an image of people who has influence in a very positive way the mixing industry, because you have been one of those guys who has put to the reach of normal people stuff like this.
Oh, thank you. That's the goal. That's the goal. That's why we're not trying to. Many people can tell Audioscape's about passion. This is a passion project. It's not like a company. We're not bean counting parts. Like, if anything, we spend more on parts than we should, but it's just, that's our love, that's our passion. So,
Bueno, mi gente, esta ha sido la entrevista con Super Chris from Audioscape. Gracias por todo Latinoamérica, por Europa. Y nada, mi gente, vamos a ver si más adelante traemos algunos equipos al canal. Ya tú sabes, papi.